and the Blues. John Mayer, I don't need no doctor. 101.9 DAWG FM, 920. Dylan Black is my name. Sundays are kind of fun when you tune into the CBC because of this show, Republic of Doyle, that hard to believe already wrapping up its fourth season. And this upcoming Sunday is the season finale. Who better to talk about the Republic of Doyle than the guy who created it and the lead guy in the show? His name is Allan Hawco, and he joins us right now. Good morning, Allan.
How you doing?
Good. Now, we got to talk about the success of the show. I mean, 4 seasons through, you're beginning season number 5. I guess you're starting to work on season number 5. How did this whole, the thought of this show come to be, its origins of the Republic of Doyle?
Well, it was kind of like a young actor fantasy thing. I went to National Theatre School there in Montreal. And while I was there, I was just sort of thinking about what I'd kind of like to do with my future. And that was many, many, many years ago. That was probably 13 or 14 years ago was when I first had the idea. But 10 years later, we ended up developing the show, making a pilot, and then we got ordered. So it's been it seems like a long time, but once we started, it's just been rip-roaring, and I'm very excited with the way that's being received.
Mm-hmm. So the way it has been received, obviously, I mean, success is the word you got to use here. And did you ever think when you had this small idea that grew and grew and grew, you'd be going into season number 5 eventually?
No, it's all happened so fast, and like just the very idea that you could sort of be in this position, you never want to take that for granted, and you're always just trying to do your best, And here we are now, and the season finale is coming up on Sunday, and it's just like it just seems to fly by,
Mm-hmm. And of course, some big names have joined you on the program, including Alan Doyle of Great Big Sea, and Russell Crowe and Gordon Pinsent. I mean, how do you get these people on board with you?
Well, bribery.
Bribery works.
Guilt bribery. Of course, we're a Canadian show, so we don't have any money. So it's all about guilting them into it. And this, the stuff with Russell, that's him showing his support and showing everybody what an amazing person he is. He's like a good buddy, and he really respects what we're doing, and he's always very supportive. And, for him to lend his time, he did it essentially for free. And, we just had Louis Guzman in last week's episode, which, one of the greatest character actors alive. Mm-hmm. And now what else is really cool is this week, you mentioned Gordon Pinsent. This week on Sunday, it starts at 8 o'clock. It's a 2-hour finale. So we got Captain Newfoundland, Gordon Pinsent, and then we got Captain Canada, Paul Gross. And they play sort of extreme foes to me in this big 2-hour special that we're really stoked about.
Okay, do you have to pinch yourself sometimes? Because every time I tune into CBC, there's promos running for the show all the time, right? And do you pinch yourself? Do you still get excited seeing yourself on the television?
Well, it's interesting. As an actor, you're obviously excited, and you always got to keep that spark. But I'm the executive producer, and I'm the showrunner of the show. So I edit every episode, and of course I'm writing every episode, and we're breaking every episode. So at a certain point, you kind of forget about Jake being you. In all seriousness, you always think about Jake being this person who I can't even really recognize in myself sometimes. Mm-hmm. And you're just thinking about how this angle is working, or how that coverage is working, or is that promo clear enough, or et cetera, et cetera. The producer in you kind of takes over because it's your job, and it's an aggressive part of your job that it takes away from the self-consciousness of thinking about yourself, which is a great thing for any actors to be thinking about anything other than yourself. I think makes you much more generous and playful actor, at least in my mind.
Well, it sounds like you're so busy you probably don't even have time to think about yourself.
No, and no one who wants to think about themselves, really. Yeah. Really, Dylan. There's so many better things in the world to be thinking about than your hair or your whatever, And you have to think, we got to think about that stuff so much because of the presentation of this character and, the image and the sort of franchise of the show and, the wardrobe fittings and all that kind of stuff. You got to take that seriously, but I really can't stand it.
Yeah. Well, whatever you're doing the right thing, obviously, with the success of this program. And season 5 will be, when does season 5 air? I know we're still talking about the season finale for number 4, but when can we look forward to a new season?
Well, that'll be announced very soon. I don't have the exact date yet, but the CBC are putting that all together, and that'll be released from their end. We start shooting the 5th season in a month and a half.
Well, you don't have any time off, right?
No, you make hay when the sun is shining, although apparently it's raining in Ottawa today.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
St. John's, we got the sunshine. So you got to go for it, and give it your all and work as hard as you can. And it's exciting. And like I said, the season finale, we've never done a two-parter season finale before. Mm-hmm. So for all those people out there who watch the show normally at 9, they got to remember to tell their friends and, tweet about it and tweet me on Twitter. It starts at 8 o'clock. So it's a 2-hour season finale with Gordon Pinsent and Mr. Paul Gross. And I'm really, really excited about the way the season ends. And hopefully people won't have to wait so long. We're really we're doing more episodes next season. We're doing 16, so that's exciting.
We're looking forward to it, and we've been excited this morning with anticipating your being on our station. Allan Hawco from Republic of Doyle, of course, the 2-hour special season finale for season 4 this Sunday at 8 o'clock special time on a CBC. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Allan. Much continued success ahead.
Oh, buddy, it's my pleasure to talk to you, and I appreciate it.